Hello everyone, my name is David Thurman. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how AI is revolutionizing sports. Before I get started, I just want to say this video is from my IS 301 class project. But with that being said, in this video, we are going to talk about a couple main points to show how AI is revolutionizing sports. First off, it's helping enhance player performance, preventing injuries and recovery, really helping with game strategy and analytics in many sports. It's improving the fan engagement and experience. It's also helping with refereeing and decision making in some sports. I'm gonna throw a graphic on the screen that you might have seen already. We're not gonna be talking about sports broadcasting or smart ticketing and dynamic prices in this video. Instead, I chose to focus on a couple other things, such as refereeing, decision making, because I think that's gonna be more pertinent to the future than those other 2 points. Without further ado, let's get into the points. The first point we're going to be talking about is how AI is enhancing player performance. It's doing this by having athletes wear sensors, basically, that are able to track metrics like their heart rate, speed, and fatigue. At first, this may seem like a kind of minute detail, but this is really helping athletes enhance their game to the next level. By doing this, they can figure out where they can conserve energy, where their weaknesses are, and figure out ways to improve like that. Also, tools like computer vision are analyzing gameplay, offering insights on mechanics and areas for improvement. This is probably the biggest point we're going to cover here, because by offering insight where they can improve, this is something that has never been seen before in sports. You have coaches that are analyzing it, but not an AI computer. This is also helping personalize training regimens. Before, you only would practice what your coach told you to practice, but now you're using AI to see, hey, you're slower than the competition, you need to get faster. Hey, right here, you're going at an 80-degree angle when everyone else is at a 70-degree angle. Little things like that can make huge differences in an athlete's performance. By also using these personal training regimens, it's catered to each athlete. So it helps optimize recovery time and injury prevention per athlete. Because everyone knows everyone's body is different. No two people are the exact same. So what works for one person might not work for another person. So having your own personalized training program, it's huge for athletes. A little example I have for you guys is through soccer. Many of the athletes now are wearing the AI wearable tech that help track their movements and refine techniques. Like I said earlier, this is huge, and soccer is the first kind of to start doing this, but I expect it to be seen in many other sports very soon. Furthermore, on the injury prevention and recovery point, this is something that AI is really enhancing for athletes. It's helping predict player injuries by analyzing historical data and biometrical patterns, and also rehabilitation programs are becoming smarter with adaptive exercises tailored to an athlete's progress. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but every athlete's body is different. So a sprained ankle for one athlete might put them out for 1 week, while a sprained ankle for another athlete might put them out for 3 weeks. Everybody is different, so having AI use historical data for a person or a body type is really helped keep recovery to a higher progress. However, this has had a little bit of drawback in a couple industries, a couple sports leagues. The main one's the NBA. The NBA is really using this AI stuff to help prevent injuries. But some people are saying they're taking it too far. If you're a fan of the NBA, you've heard the term load management. Load management is basically having athletes not playing a game because they played a lot in a game a night or 2 nights before, and their knee or ankle is susceptible to injury, and by sitting out one game, they might be able to play more games later in the season. In theory, it sounds really smart. Why would you risk injury in one game instead of, being healthy for the rest of the season? But the drawback is the NBA is losing viewership because some of their big stars are not playing, and fans are not happy because they're paying tickets for a game, and then all of a sudden the best player is sitting out. This is really pertinent with 2 main players, Kawhi Leonard and Joel Embiid. They're kind of the 2 catalysts for the load management era of basketball that we're kind of getting into. I'll show a couple graphics on screen of them sitting out for load management. Many past NBA players really dislike this because they played every day, every game, and now these new players are sitting out because of load management, which is not a real injury. Moving on, we're going to move on to game strategy and analytics. AI has helped this a lot in certain sports. The main one that I'm aware of is the NFL. AI is driving tools that will analyze opponent strategies and help coaches make data-informed decisions. Also, it has real-time game analytics, which allow on-the-fly adjustments, giving teams a strategic advantage. This, like I said, I've seen the most in the NFL. If you're an NFL fan, you probably have seen some sort of next-gen stat or AI stat. These are all from AI using their analytics to make the outcome that they think is best that will win them the game. We can see this a couple times in the NFL where teams now, when they're down 14 points and score a touchdown, in the past they would kick the extra point and go down 7, and then try to get another touchdown, get the extra point to tie the game up. Now, AI is saying it's smarter when you're down 14 to go for 2 when you score a touchdown. If you get it, then you're down to 6, touchdown, extra point wins you the game. If you don't get it, you're down 8, and touchdown and 2-point conversion, you tie the game. They're saying that the percent odds of hitting the first 2-point conversion is higher than missing both of the 2-point conversions. This also can be seen in NFL when teams are on 4th down. In the past, 4th down basically meant punts almost every time. But now, if it's less than 4th and 4, 4th and 3, 4th and 2, teams are more and more going for it because the analytics say it's smarter to go for it because you have a higher percent odds of picking it up than punting it and getting a stop. So we've talked about how AI has enhanced for athletes and coaches even, but let's talk about how it's helped fan engagement and fan experience. AI is personalizing fan experience through apps, tailored content, and interactive tools. This is also through chatbots and virtual assistants providing real-time updates, ticket sales, and stats. And lastly, virtual reality has enhanced by having AI have immersive experience like courtside views from the own seat of your home. All of these things allow for AI-powered platforms for fans to stimulate games, analyze stats, interact with their favorite players virtually, all from the seat of their home. This is something that I personally never expected to see in my lifetime, but it's something that's really cool for fans to be able to experience the real deal courtside experience without having to leave the seat of their home. Another thing that AI is really revolutionizing is refereeing and decision making. Refereeing is something that no matter who you are, you do not like the refs probably. Every game, the refs make a call against your favorite team that you dislike. And people want changes. People don't want to see the outcome of a game decided by a bad call by a ref. So it's helping improve accuracy on some calls from referees through like VAR, which is a video assistant referee, and Hawkeye, which is a precision decision-making referee. This refereeing in AI is one of the newer things, but I expect it personally to really start taking over refereeing jobs in the future. It already has taken away from tennis. Tennis uses a thing called the Hawkeye AI, which is trusted for millimeter accurate line calls, eliminating debates. Because in the past, you're relying on someone's eyes, and to tell if the ball hit the line or missed the line by inches, you're not going to be able to tell 100% every time just on the eye test. Another way it's starting to implement is in the MLB. If you're an MLB fan, you know people have been asking for the automated strike zone. They don't want to see the umpire behind the plate anymore. And this is already kind of happening in the minor leagues where they're allowing pitchers to challenge ball and strike calls. And the challenge is through AI. The AI will show where the ball landed in the strike zone, if it's in or out. These technologies, all in all, are helping to reduce human error and ensure fair play, because that's what all athletes want at the end of the day. In conclusion, sports being revolutionized by AI is not something that was very expected, but it's something that we should expect to see more and more in the future. In the next decade, AI is supposed to increase in sports by 30%. So, as a sports fan myself, I expect to see it more and more in the upcoming years of sports. It's going to transform sports in every way, through fan engagement, through fair play from referees to better athletes and a smarter, more dynamic, and inclusive future for the sports industry. Thank you for your time. Hope you enjoyed.